Hello, greetings to all Biafrans all over the world who are listening to me now. I am Emeka Shiri. There are some issues I would like us to consider now. Many people have called me and asked my opinion, my advice on the way forward. In fact, they said because of what is happening now in Biafra land, that they are worried and there must be a solution to the problem. And that Biafra land has been turned into a terror zone. They are describing Biafra land as a terror zone, a war zone, where there's no peace, where people no longer feel safe, and that it is terrifying to stay in Biafra land. The whole of the southeast now is under siege. So it's not just the Fulani herdsmen that we were complaining about, but that this sit-at-home order, which Nnamdi Kanu's group, his faction of IPOB, instituted, that is causing a lot of damage, a lot of fear, a lot of terror in the land. People say they are no longer able to come out on Mondays because they are afraid that they may be killed or they may be harmed or injured or their properties may be destroyed. And so because of that, they sit indoors because they are not sure if they come out on Monday whether they will be killed. So that has struck fear into our people. And there is no more peace in our land. There's no peace because of the sit-at-home order given by Nnamdi Kanu's group or faction of group, because I understand that his group is now divided into many factions. Some said that they have suspended the sit-at-home order, while another faction said no, that the sit-at-home order must continue. So our people are afraid. They don't know which faction will kill them if they come out. So many people, even the banks or the offices, the professional offices, are closed on Mondays because they are afraid. Some of my colleagues I spoke to say they close their offices because they don't know whether the people, the band or the gang or whatever they are called will come and destroy their building or their properties or their offices on Mondays. So they stay indoors. Now, it means that these people who are parading themselves as Biafran activists have actually struck fear into our people. That is, struck terror into our people. They are terrifying our people. What do you call it? When you terrify a person, you may actually be heading towards that definition of terrorist. When you are terrorizing a people, terrifying them, they are no longer safe. There's no peace again. They are afraid, always afraid of what will happen to them if they come out on Mondays. Is this how we want Biafra land to be? If somebody comes out on Monday, you start beating him because of your leader, even though he's not your member. So you want to force the Biafrans to stay at home. You want to force all the Southeast people to stay at home because of your leader, even those that are not your members. You are taking the laws into your hand. You are going too far. And this will be a big problem for you because you know that your leader is facing some charges. And you should be calm. You should be careful so you don't implicate your leader. You should be careful. Well, if you will listen to me, I will tell you to be careful because your leader is facing serious criminal charges. You shouldn't be doing things that will make people say, okay, so this is actually what you are up to. So I advise you, be careful, be careful. Why don't you be wise for a moment? Be wise. It's unfortunate that you don't listen. Well, if that is what you want, but listen. Every person, every action has consequences. Therefore, I warn you. Now, the question people are asking me, what do we do to restore peace? And I said, we must go back to the foundation. When we started this movement, and it was glorious, I still blame myself for accepting Nnamdi into the movement of indigenous people of Biafra. But what can I do? I am not God. I didn't know his ulterior motive. And we put him in the radio department, which he used to destroy the movement. When he now went into propaganda and lies and accusing us, saying that we are saboteurs and traitors and tonkos and so on. And then he swept the members, the youths away and took them away. And, well, continue to lead the youths and continue to deceive them with falsehood and propaganda. They will go to United Nations buildings and they will take photographs. They will go to EU Parliament, they will take photographs. They go to American Congress House and they take photographs, and they will tell you that they are discussing with governments of America, the EU Parliament, the United Nations. All those lies and propaganda. The Israeli government is behind him. Russia president is behind him. All those propaganda and lies, where have they taken us to now? I told you that propaganda and lies and falsehoods have expiry dates. And now those lies and falsehoods have expired. And there's confusion now in their camp. They are now accusing themselves. Some say that some of their members conspired and betrayed their leader and sent him to Kenya and got him arrested. All those, I don't understand whatever they are saying among themselves, but there is confusion in their midst now. Every house built upon false foundation will certainly collapse. That is why I want us to go back to the original foundation on which the original IPOB was led. On foundation led by elders of Biafra land, based on Nigerian law. We are using the Nigerian law, and we use Nigerian law to establish the customary government of indigenous people of Biafra. Because Nigerian law, Nigerian constitution supports customary law and Sharia law. So the people in the north use the same constitution and established Sharia government. We also use the same constitution and established customary government. Both Sharia government and customary government are legal and respected by Nigerian government and all the governments of the world. Therefore, I want us to come back to our original foundation. Now we have started. We have reconstituted the Council of Elders. And now the current chairman of the Council of Elders of Indigenous People of Biafra is in the person of His Royal Majesty, His Excellency, Ambassador Lawrence Agbozu. He has now succeeded His Royal Majesty, Honorable Justice Ezozobo, who is now late. So the Council of Elders has been reconstituted. We have also appointed the customary government ambassador for Nigeria in the person of Dr. Law Mefo, who I believe you know very well. He's a seasoned administrator, a gentleman to the core, and a Biafran activist. In fact, he describes himself as an unapologetically Biafran activist. He believes in the rule of law, politics, and diplomacy. So we have engaged with Nigerian government. We have also engaged with other governments in the international community. And I want us to build together, restore the foundation that Nnamdi Kanu's propaganda tried to destroy. That foundation is not destroyed. It cannot be destroyed because the foundation which we led was led upon the rock of truth, honesty, righteousness, law, order, diplomacy. And you cannot destroy that foundation because it's a foundation led upon truth and justice and honesty and law and order. You cannot destroy it. He tried to use propaganda to destroy it, but he couldn't. So I want us to build upon that foundation now and restore what the enemy tried to destroy. Now, I am telling you that this movement, the glory of this latter house will be greater than that of the former. We want to restore the lost glory, and it will be wonderful. We have started already. So I invite you now, go to our website and put your name on the Biafran database. You can go, our website is www.ipopgovernment.org. I understand that Nigerian government tampered or blocked that website from their airspace. So you can send your details to our email and we'll be able to enter your details in the database. Our email, you can see our email on the screen as you watch, as you listen to this, my broadcast. You see our contact details. Send us your details and we will help you and put your name on the database. Again, if you're a leader, if you think you have leadership ability, you can gather the Biafrans together wherever you are. Please send us your details and tell us what you can do, and we shall appoint you as a leader, as a coordinator of the customary government town hall meetings. And then we will now teach you and guide you on what to do, so that we can also issue you with our ID card, the Biafran indigenous ID card, and or Biafran certificate of indigenous national identity. Remember that Biafra is not yet a sovereign country. Biafra is we are a nation within a nation, that we are not yet sovereign. So because we are not yet sovereign, we cannot issue passport. Only Nigerian government can issue passport, but we can issue indigenous national ID card and certificate of indigenous national identity, which is recognizable by all governments of the world, including Nigerian government. So please contact us immediately, because we need to restore peace in Biafra land urgently. It is urgent. If you know you can walk, please come back now and walk. And all the youths who were scattered, who were deceived, who left us, I'm inviting you to come back. Just like the elders are happy to receive you, like the Bible, where the father was waiting for the prodigal son to come back and embraced him with open arms. So the elders of Biafra land are willing to embrace you with open arms if you come back. Because we know you were deceived by lies and propaganda, and we have never rejected you. We cannot reject our children. So come back home, and you will receive the blessing of the elders, and we will move forward and we restore peace in Biafra land. I tell you that there will be peace. We shall definitely restore peace in Biafra land if you listen to my advice. Thank you very much for listening to me, and we're expecting you. We're expecting your email. God bless you.